Alright, this is Synoptic, and I believe it's time for another dosage of lots of men being very close to each other, doing very repetitive motions with pieces of wood, and exchanging bodily fluids. Now, I'm playing as the Ottomans. My opponent, Eshi, is playing as France on the map Anatolia. I'm on Alliance 2. His rule was no rules. So that generally means one thing, and that means he would have fixed and or high amounts of rifles. He only has 3 mortars, and that's about it. The rest of his army is quite standard. And what I'm doing here is something that I always used to do. You can see it for yourself in all my old high quality, in other words crap quality videos of me doing flank rushes. So basically your whole army's on the one flank, leave some units hidden just in case anything happens. So I'm rushing the right flank, and he's immediately having to reinforce that area there. His entire army was designed for a battle to take place in between the 2 bottlenecks on the Alliance 2 side. You can see he has a guard artillery unit already deployed on the flank, but I'm running directly at it, so its advantage is negated immediately. You can see he's moving all his line infantry. He has a bunch of tirailleurs as well on his right flank. In his view, there is nothing on my right flank, although you can see in the 2 flags over there in the distance, I actually have 2 cavalry hidden. Now I'm using a lot of the units of the east, DLC. Those would be Wallachian boyars, and I also have Armenian archers, Circassian armored cav, and Libyan Kalulu. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. They're the shotgun units, and they're nuts. Oh, and also the Cairo Janissaries, which are very powerful line infantry, although they don't square or rank fire. Now this is one of the most humiliating moves you can do in the game. I mentioned another one, which is setting a stake line. When your opponent comes up in line infantry to move up and take the first hit, all you do is move even closer and just deploy before they do. So I'm going to get there right now. I've already done disruption here with my cav, and I've already moved them around. So I'm so close now that my first shot is going to be extremely devastating. So before he even gets the first volley, he's going to be quite dwindled. Now I've noticed he has 1 Mason de Roy, which is, I think, one of the only inspiring units he has on the field, and I've just specifically targeted that. You always have to watch for these things. It's always best to check your opponent's army, all of it. It's not best just to look at it and go, yep, that's the army, I'm going to go attack it now. So check what they are, so you can find the weaknesses and you can exploit them. So this is his retaliation. He has all carabiners, and that would be a line infantry trying to reload in this match shindig. Hey asshole, I'm trying to reload. Those would be the Armenian archers. Very, very effective. You'd think they wouldn't be so good because they are archers, and you'd also think they'd fire more, but clearly to balance themselves with the muskets, their firing rate is quite slow, although the kill rate is very good. The archers fire their arrows over your line infantry, so you can treat them like mortars and hand mortars, although with much longer range. And that would be the Circassian armored cav, just hitting the left side. So I've disrupted both flanks on that, and I've also accompanied that with a full body push, just inflicting massive damage coupled with howitzer fire. I actually made a mistake at the start. I let it do auto targeting by default, and it shot at the foot artillery, but soon enough I changed that. Now this is belt buckle tactics, and against mortars this is highly effective, especially in explosive shot. So you get right in their face, and if they want to hit you with mortars, they're going to be just as likely to hit their own men. So we saw this tirailleur before. I just let them take this mad flank over here with on the hill. So my hidden units were right next to them, although they didn't pop up. And when they deployed, I just charged them all. So they're all getting attacked in the rear right now by both my cav. I made sure that my gun cav was the one that charged in first. You do not want to charge in normal cav and then have your friendly gun cav shoot all your guys in the back. That is not good. So this would be the Cairo Janissaries, massive damage, fast reload. So they do that burst fire at the start and then sporadic fire afterwards, which is pretty good with the accuracy, especially if you're continuously mounting pressure. It wouldn't do as much damage as, say, platoon fire, but it gets the job done. So there was a chain route. He has no real inspiring units, no high morale units on the field. You notice with the cavalry, all very low quality, so they all just ran off. He has a general, but he left it with his mortars. and you notice he set up a stake line, so I couldn't assault it straight away. So I decided to go as close as possible, knowing that they'd fire regardless. And what happened was a lot of his men got hit by the explosive shot. In fact, more hits on him than me. And you're also seeing a lot of units routing at say 70, just because of the friendly units routing, and there go all the Tiroler as well. And these would be the shotgunners. I didn't get to use them, so there's a shot of them now. They have a range of 35, very short range. I found in another game they're quite useful in you charge a low quality unit like an Israeli to melee your opponent, go into a square and then run up the shotgun to fire into that attacked unit, because then they'll be disrupted and they won't be able to melee your shotgunners who deal massive damage. Imagine a bunch of men with a canister style weaponry, just little burst fires, quite fast reload as well. So that's the end of the game, and that guy's doing something awkward with his hand. So that was a very fast game. So with mortars, just don't panic. Generally speaking, if they don't move to you, you can just run straight at them, and they won't have much of an army to take you on because they cost so much. So that was a flank rush, which made him react to me immediately, which is what a defender never wants to do. Okay, now regarding Empire Total War videos, that is the last one. I'll be moving on to Napoleon Total War, and during that time I think I'll do some AVP videos as well. I think a Marine campaign for AVP 3, and some multiplayer ones as well. So I'd just like to take this moment to thank everyone those from the start, new and old. Thanks for the support, and hopefully me and the TLG boys will continue to play on and continue to find new strats, new plays, new builds that we can share with you all. Hopefully, even if one person watching this gets something out of it, it's made it all worthwhile. So as we move on to Napoleon Total War, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.